Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Tim here. Real quick, I don't need to do a lot of intro on this one. This is basically a contest response entry to Metal Mickey. Everybody knows who Metal Mickey is. If you don't know who Metal Mickey is, you're missing out, dude. I'm gonna tell you. There's a link below. If you haven't guessed by the name Metal Mickey, his name is Jeremiah, and he listens to a lot of classical music. No, I mean, let's face it. The name like Metal Mickey, if you're not bringing the heat with the metal, don't bother showing. He does listen to other stuff, but his big love is metal. And every time he's pulling out stuff, I'm like, need that, need that. So, just a fantastic guy, a lot of great taste. So, he just hit 500 subscribers. He should really be at like 5-6 million. I mean, I don't know what the slowdown is, but so let's get up on this. Let's go check him out. He's got 5 questions. I'm gonna see if I can do this off my memory, which means I'm probably gonna screw this up, but it'll be fun anyway. So let's go. Question 1: name a band or album, well, obviously, that you thought was going to be like Metallica, huge. I mean, they were just going to be everywhere, but not so much. Didn't quite work out in the cards for them. Not saying that they're a bad band. They just didn't achieve the level of success you thought they would. I've actually got 2 because I'm an overachiever. So you can reduce the glare on this. This is Ned's Atomic Dustbin. So Ned's Atomic Dustbin was a UK alt-rock, post-punk, whatever you want to call them. They were in that time in the 90s where all you needed was the word alt or post, and you were a hit on alternative radio or, college MTV, whatever the case may be. What made Ned's Atomic Dustbin so unique was that they actually featured 2 bass players. And one would play the melody up high, and the other one, the normal bass, a little bit more of a lower register. And they just had a very unique sound. Their first album, which was Godfather, had 2 big hits, Happy and Grace L. Green. And it was from the word go with them. I just absolutely fell in love. This is, like I said, their second album. This one's Are You Normal? The third one, Brain Bad Volume, I think is. I have it. It's been a while since I pulled that one out. It's good, but not as good as the other 2. I would love to find all of them on wax one day. I've got 2 and 3 on CD. I may have 1 packed away. If not, I will find it because they're just killer. I absolutely love them. Their first 2 albums, to me, are just damn near perfect. 90s alternative post, whatever you want to call it. So that's one of the 2. The other one, and this band also had some success, Living Color Stain. Now this is their 3rd album, Stain. So Living Color obviously exploded on the scene with their big hit called Personality. I mean, you still hear it on radio. It's still a staple. I'm not really quite sure what happened with those guys. They never really, that song, Stratosphere, I don't know. To me, musically, they were always fantastic. And they did have a couple of other radio hits. Super talented guys. Vernon Reid was considered a virtuoso in some guitar circles. They just never seemed to hit that multi-platinum status that I kind of expected them to. And it's a damn shame because they are a fine band. They can tear down the place. Maybe they get a little too political for some people's tastes, but I absolutely love Living Color. Every album has got some gems on it. I'm not saying every album is a perfect album, no skips or something like that, but I've always been a big fan of their sound, and I thought they would have been through the roof. Question two, let's flip it. A band that, not saying you didn't think they were good or they weren't going to be, at least decent, but you didn't see this level of success coming. I am a fan of this band, and it's not a popular band here in the VC or MC or QVC. Foo Fighters. I get it. Not a lot of people are fans, and to each his own. But when that debut came out and it started to make a little noise, I was like, okay, we get it. It's Dave Grohl. You know, what do you do? I mean, your world just got rocked, right? Your friend, your bandmate, your compadre, obviously was in enough pain or whatever to take his own life. So, what do you do? And he did the only thing he could think, which was go into the studio and just write a bunch of songs about how he was feeling, and it turned into a decent album. But I thought, it was a big departure. So I was like, okay, it's a one shot, it'll be that. I mean, he's probably that and everything, right? So, I mean, good on him. I mean, I get it. Some people don't like it. I'm not going to sit here and preach about tastes because, I like stuff that some people don't like and vice versa. So to each his own. But I just, thinking on that initial launch of the first Foo Fighters album, I legitimately thought, okay, one and done, maybe a second. But, at that time, I didn't predict it was going to be stratosphere or bust for Dave Grohl and Foo Fighters. So that's that one. Question 3. An album that brings you happy memories. Maiden Somewhere in Time. Is this my favorite Maiden album? No. Not even close. It's my favorite Maiden cover. Who can't stare at this thing for 75 days and just go, I'm finding no crap? It's an awesome cover. They literally outdid themselves with this cover. Absolutely love it. But like I said, this isn't my favorite Maiden album now. But this was the one and only time I saw Maiden live, which was on this tour, very early on in the tour. And they were fresh, they were excited, they were enthusiastic. There hadn't been that road weariness. They always put on a great show. There's never, I've never heard anybody say, yeah, I went and saw Maiden and they just kind of dialed it in. That doesn't exist. But man, they were fired on 16 cylinders. And I just have very fond memories of being excited when the video for Wasted Years came on, or cruising with my friends around town and just cranking this album, which would then lead us to Live After Death and Number of the Beast, Power Slave. We just it always kicked off. Maiden was a huge part of my soundtrack then. They're still a huge part of my soundtrack now. And I'm not saying that this was the catalyst, but just, again, saw them live. I cannot listen to this album and go, I'm kind of in a bad mood. This album always makes me think back to those times, just having a great time, jamming out with Maiden, seeing them live. Want to see them one more time, but at least I can say I saw them once, and it was kind of in their hay. So that one. So question 4. Show an album that you have not listened to in its entirety. Now, I just briefly scored some albums. I could have walked over there and pulled one and been like, this one, ha ha ha. That's cheating to me. That's a layup. I've got some albums over here that I have in a collection that I haven't had a chance to go through and clean and stuff like that. And again, kind of a layup. So I really wanted to dig deep on this one. This is an album I've had for a little while. It's not that I don't want to listen to it. It's just, it's a long goddamn album. It's long. It's 3 records. It's a live album of a band I really like. But there's a lot to listen to. And I've started, and something happens and I don't get to finish it. And so then it's been a couple weeks, and with a live album, you kind of want to just take it as a whole. So I've yet to play this album in its entirety, even though I saw them on this tour. The Who joined together. That's half your track list. And then there's the other half. I mean, for crying out loud, they do pretty much Tommy almost in its entirety. Now, when I saw them, they did do it in its entirety. Took an intermission, came back, and still rocked you for another hour and a half, 2 hours. So this isn't even the full experience of the tour. But a lot of great stuff. And again, it's one of those albums that, I know everything on here. There's not a song on here I don't know. Well, but I've yet to spin this all the way through. Now that I've dusted it off the shelf and I've made myself feel bad, I probably will. Actually, I probably won't. Not until at least I move. Because, I got stuff to do. Question 5. What's with the camera? Jesus. Metal Mickey loves dogs. I love dogs. So, Mickey wants us to show us an album cover with a dog. As soon as he asked that question, this one jumped to mind. Wasn't even close. That was the first one I had in my mind. And as I thought about it, and as I'm pulling the record out, I'm like, wow, this guy loves dogs. Metal Mickey loves dogs. This guy is kind of an underrated, underappreciated guitar player. Oddly enough, so is Metal Mickey. He's got a video of him shredding on the guitar. Go check it out. This guy was huge on American TV. He was like the soap opera sex symbol icon. Unfortunately, Mickey didn't do that. Rick Springfield, success hasn't spoiled me yet. Rick Springfield, I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure that's one of his dogs, because he was also on the cover of Working Man's Dog. Loves dogs. Love the fact that he incorporated them so much into his cover to even take a backseat in the picture. I mean, you would think Rick Springfield, that's the cover you want, right? Everyone's going to buy it, this and that. No. So, Rick Springfield, success hasn't spoiled me yet. The big hit on this was Don't Talk to Strangers. I mean, he had a run that was just incredible. Probably not my favorite overall Rick Springfield album, but a good one. And funny enough, put Sound City on the map. If you haven't seen the documentary featuring Mr. Dave Grohl about Sound City, the recording studio, a lot of famous people recorded there, and they were about to go belly up until Fleetwood Mac and Mr. Rick Springfield helped put them on the map. So, see, learn something informative. We bring it all full circle. Nothing but love for my good friend Metal Mickey. So there you go. There's my 5 answers. If you're not familiar with this channel, please go check Metal Mickey out. He shows so many cool things, and it's not just metal. That's what he loves. That's what he grew up on. That's his thing. But there's so much more there. But he's also entertaining. He's also engaging, and he's a hell of a guy. So go check him out. Again, you deserve billions of subs, Mick. So continued success. Congratulations on the milestone. I think when I looked at this tonight, you're at like 540 something. So I look forward to seeing you hit 600, 700, 800 here real soon. Because I again, the content's awesome. So everybody, I'm rambling. Take care. Have a wonderful evening. We'll talk soon. Peace.